In a very popular movie, they take blood from a fossilized mosquito to rebuild dinosaur DNA. The rest is a pretty known story and a disaster.
Clever girl.
Bringing to our reality, species extinct thousands of years ago may seem ridiculous if we mention Jurassic Park's argument, but the story is different if we find the balance between this past with our future for an environment. To perform paleoecologic studies, it is necessary to analyze fossil organisms preserved mainly in sedimentary rocks. Those come from the decomposition of other rocks that turn into dirt, rocks where organisms get trapped until they get fossilized. Thinkers from all times like Xenophanes, who lived from the 5800 to the 4800 BC, wrote about sea animals and suspect our planet was once below water. In the 18th century, thanks to the compare anatomy studies done by George Cuvier, the father of paleoecology, the skeletons of fossilized animals could be rebuilt. With this precedent and many centuries ahead, it can be considered that this branch of biology has been established and it has developed considerably. Let's not underestimate rocks. Over the time, the story of life on Earth is registered on its layers. Some of them were preserved by the minerals that cover organisms' remains, like petrified wood, while others were unaltered, such as the mammoths found on the frozen lands of Siberia. Paleoecology studies these fossils from invertebrates such as common clams and snails to vertebrates like mammoths, whales, dinosaurs, along with plants and microscopic fossils like plant pollen or tiny foraminifera. Through paleoecologic studies, it is possible to interpret climatic changes from the past studying fossilized plants and animals. Paleoecology studies the past but depends on the knowledge about the actual ecological environment, so it can be interpreted and contrasted. In Europe, in the roots of this discipline, there were studies on the patterns of distribution of some plants and animal species, found in places distant from one another or where its fossils were in environments where it was impossible for them to live. Like the mammoths found on the Algodones Desert in Mexicali's Valley, where they lived thousands of years ago, when the weather wasn't as hot as today. Paleoecology is supported by other disciplines in themes that they may seem very different, like ecology, archaeology, geology, and pedology. Pedology is the science that studies the soil as the habitat for plants, keeping track of events through fossils or using radioactive methods to know when the environmental changes happened, like the well-known carbon-14. This multidisciplinary vision has given place to the study of climatic change and the impact of humans on nature, leading the way for analysis of small fossils using the radiocarbon dating method, which can estimate the age of sediments in fossils to create a chronology on environmental changes from the past, going back up to 5,000 years. Paleoecology has helped to understand that nature environments are not static. As observers of the environment, we can believe this statement is just common sense. But for the science, the information given by the fossils is very relevant, and it helps us not only to understand the past, but also to anticipate the future. Scientific bases to preserve natural environments are obtained from this discipline, based on the fact that these are the reflect of the climatic change connect to the impact humanity has since the dawn of humanity itself. We invite you to follow the Paleoecologic Trail as well as our different episodes. Meet, share, and comment, all with Vitamina C.